Anthony Harbig here with a Hubbard softball player profile. I am joined by Phoebe Rusnak. Phoebe, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
Man, you've been a mainstay in this Hubbard program since you stepped foot in it, but now here you are, officially an upperclassman. You're taking more and more leadership responsibilities this year. What's it been like being with this team, knowing that, you are one of the leaders now and it's up to you to kind of shape the mold of not just now, but also the future of the program?
So yeah, it's been really different for me. I'm really used to be playing on teams that I'm always the youngest, and I've it's very interesting because I'm the only junior, and I don't know, I've never been the leader before, and it's certainly a big role to take on.
You've never been maybe an upperclassman leader, but one of the things you have always been is kind of the leader in the circle when you're in the infield, setting the tone when you're in the circle. What's that been like growing in the circle and growing as a pitcher over the last 2, now 3 years?
I think it's very interesting. When you're a pitcher, I feel that you need to set the tone for the game, the start of the game, and everybody reflects off of you in the field when you're the center of attention, and you're always going to have that ball in your hand.
Man, you get to set the tone not just in the circle, but you're also usually in the leadoff spot in the lineup too. So whether you're the away team batting first or the home team not pitching first, always able to set the tone. What's that like for you? Every time you step on the field, whether you're home or away, you know that you're the one that gets to kind of set the tone for your team.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've never been a leadoff hitter before, but when I step in the box, my goal is to just get a hit. I mean, I just want to get on in any way I can.
Never a leadoff hitter before, but you're doing pretty well. When you kind of heard that that was going to be your role, and Coach Amaro came and said, "Hey, we want to put you in the leadoff spot," what were your first couple thoughts to that?
Oh, I was surprised for sure. I was a little nervous being the leadoff hitter. I know nobody really wants to be the first to go up to bat and see the pitcher for the first time, but it's very important to see pitches and tell the next batter that's coming up what pitches are going to be coming next for them.
You're hitting above 400 right now. What's been working so well for you at the plate this season, do you think?
Um, I for one do not like to take the first pitch. I don't like to take strikes at all. If it's there, I'm gonna swing at it. I mean, and if I know it's a strike, I'm gonna try to take it any way I can take it.
I know you've played a lot of games this year and you've had a lot of great moments, but I want to take you back to one that I was at in Girard, an absolute marathon of a game where you guys were fighting daylight, and you guys got the win in 10 innings. What was going through that game like? Going through games like that where you start in the pitcher circle and then you have Haley come and relieve you in extra innings, and it's one of those games where you don't know how it's going to end, and it had to be one of the best games you've been a part of this year.
Oh yeah, that was a very tough battle back and forth. It came really close in the last inning too. I know we had 2 outs when we scored our last couple of runs. And for our freshman to come in, she did a great job coming in and finishing the game. Um, it was very hard for the to come back from that.
I want to talk about Haley being on this team as a freshman and giving you another person in the circle and kind of that safety net or that player that gives you some time off the shoulders of, you don't have to pitch every inning and you don't have to be at your A game every time you step on the field. What's that been like having another person to go to in the pitcher circle?
I think it's very good to have two good pitchers to switch between. It gives the batters a different look at pitching, and it's nice to have two interchangeable players that are both defensively well in the field. I think it's great that I can have someone underclassmen come in and help me out pitching.
That means there have been a lot of times where you've either gone from pitching into the field or vice versa if you need to be the reliever. What's it like switching mindsets like that by going from being a fielder to, okay, now I'm in the pitcher circle and I have to immediately get into that pitcher's mindset?
I'm the type of player, I don't get upset if I get taken out pitching. I just think that it's whatever's best for the team and whatever is going to help us win a game. I think that the best person for whatever is going to help us win is the best option.
We talked about, your approach at the plate and what's being working so well for you this year. How much does being a pitcher help you at the plate? Being able to say this is how I would attack this situation, and I know how pitchers think and that kind of stuff. How much does that help you while you're in the batter's box?
Well, it definitely helps being a pitcher, and you see what the umpire is calling. If he's calling a lot of outside pitches, a lot of inside pitches, I know that when I go up to the plate, I know that what I should be trying to swing at, what should I take for like balls.
Let's talk about your softball journey. What are some of your first memories with the sport, and when did you start really taking it seriously?
Um, well, I've been playing softball since I was really little, maybe 8 or 9. I've been going to Bob Smith since I was little for pitching and batting, and he's really helped me a lot. I played for his travel team. I was like probably 13, playing in 18U tournaments and 16U tournaments. I've always played up since I was little. Um, it's been a really big journey. He's helped me really learn the game a lot. And now that we don't have a team anymore because all the girls have been in college now, I've joined another team, which is Thunder Elite, and I play for Maria Dutton. And I just started playing with them. And I've learned a lot from Maria already, and it's really enjoyable to be playing with all these new girls.
When do you think you fell in love with the sport? Like you decided like this is something that I really want to put my time into. I want to make some sacrifices to get myself better.
I would say that's when I first started playing travel ball. I played rec when I was little, and I really fell in love with the game because my mom used to play college ball, and I wanted to be like her. And so it kind of just went off from there. I started playing. I started to really start to understand the game, and I was really enjoying it.
Talk about that transition from rec ball to travel ball, what that was like, and how you kind of handled the culture shock maybe of going from a rec team to a travel ball team that everyone's there to get a job done. And it's a little bit more serious. And what was that like for you?
Oh, I loved the intensity of everybody wanted to be there to win and everybody wanted to get better. I really enjoyed playing with the older girls. I was definitely scared because I was a lot smaller than them, but I got bigger and I grew older. So,
You said it. You've always played up, and you play up in this conference and this schedule that you guys have in front of you. Not just the NE8, which is tough enough on its own, but you guys
mhm.
also beef up the non-conference slate as well. How much does that experience of always playing against older girls help you against all these teams that you have to go up against on your schedule?
And you know what? Playing all these other non conference games has really helped us maybe communicate a little more in the field. I think it's really helped some of the other girls start understanding the game a little more. So we're more prepared for our conference games. And I think it gets us ready for the end of the year.
You said before that you're not used to being one of the older players on the team. I'm wondering how much the seniors of the past, especially last year's senior group that was such good leadership, how much did they kind of help you understand what it means to step up into this role and to be a leader?
Um, One of the previous seniors, Jill Reeser, I played with her for a while, and we were really close because we were from the same school too. She's really helped me like really understand like how what it means to be a leader, how to step up to be able to talk to the other girls, and so as all the other seniors, Lexi, Grace, and Haley. Um, it's really important to show great leadership for the underclassmen to see like what they're supposed to do when they get to that point.
Next year, you're going to be the only senior, and that's going to probably feel weird for you. What are you kind of looking forward to as you continue your career? What's the next goal, the next bar that you're setting for yourself, constantly trying to get better?
My goal is I want to be able to play in like a collegiate level for softball. Um, I definitely want to go to college and play sports. That's what I really want to do.
You say you want to play in college, and this is the year where the recruiting process really ramps up, and you start to kind of find out where you want to go maybe, and what kind of things you're looking for. What are you looking for when you're looking at prospective college and you're looking at a prospective program? What kind of things are catching your eye about teams that are interested in you?
Um, what I'm looking for in college is I want to play for a competitive team and I want to play for a team that's serious about the sport and they're there to win, but still have like fun and we all get along like a big family. I mean, in the end, it's all about going to school to get your education, but I still really want to play softball and just be a part of a team.
Junior year is when you start thinking about that education and what you want to also do with your life after softball. What kind of things interest you? What kind of things do you think you might want to lean towards in a career after the sport?
So I'm very interested right now in engineering. I am looking into like biomedical engineering right now. Um, Science has always interested me in school, and I'm very excited to see like what I might be getting into.
Bioengineering is a very unique answer. It's not one that we get a lot on when we ask that question. What is it about it that got you interested? What makes you kind of, want to dive into the world of bioengineering?
Well, my grandma and my mom were nurses. They were very involved into the medical field, and I don't know. Just it's very interesting to see like medicine. Yeah.
You said you've been interested in science and you're good at science in school. On the flip side, what are some of the subjects that give you the hardest time that you have to work really hard to get those grades up from?
Well, right now, my hardest class had to be I'm in CCP chemistry. It definitely gives me a hard time. I definitely have to study for it, but I really do enjoy taking that class. Probably government is another class that is it's it's a work in progress, but I'm doing all right in it.
You're almost done with your third year. You're right there down the finishing stretch. So I think we can ask this: freshman, sophomore, junior year so far academically, which one was the hardest for you?
I would have to say my sophomore year because it was really hard figuring out my like pack schedule and how to work around it with basketball and softball. It's definitely a lot different now that I can drive myself around places and I can kind of like go on my own time.
You bring up basketball, which takes us to our next point. Obviously, you're a multiple sport athlete in this school, and you give your time to not just one program, but basketball as well. What's that like balancing that and schoolwork and trying to have some kind of a social life?
Well, basketball is a longer season than softball. It's definitely harder to work around. There's some nights that I'll get home late and there's just dinner sitting out on the stove waiting for me. But it's definitely difficult to work around my homework. Sometimes I have to do it at school during classes and stuff. But I just try and do things with my friends on the weekends when I'm free.
Those late nights when you come home and there's dinner ready for you, what's the one dinner that when it's there will always make your night just the best? Like, yes, this is here. This is a great pregame meal.
It definitely have to be the pierogies. I'm a huge fan of them.
Who makes the best pierogi?
Well, we just get them from Aldi's. I mean,
Mm.
we don't home make them or anything like that, but it's my favorite dinner that we get.
Hey, it's all good. If you can get them pre-made, that's that. Work smart, not hard, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you have a big family, a big athletics family. That Rusnak name is big in
Yeah.
the Hubbard Eagle athletic department. What's it like being a part of this family? I'm sure it's very competitive with you guys. What's it been like to kind of go through high school with other people also on athletic teams?
It's definitely fun to be honest. Me and my brother, he'll catch me a lot when I'm pitching, and sometimes we'll play catch out in the yard with the baseball. Like I kind of have to drag him around sometimes to go hitting with me, but for the most part, we have a lot of fun.
Does he struggle catching a softball pitcher? Is he used to that, or is he still learning the ropes on like how to catch a rise ball?
Well, I mean, I've tried to pitch to him before, and he's tried to hit off me, but him catching, he's pretty good at it. He's been catching me since I was little.
What about hitting? Can he hit off you yet?
He'll foul him off once in a while. I mean,
Nothing in
I
play
don't
though.
know. Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
We love to see that. When you think about your family support and what it's mean to you over your career, can you put into words what it means to you to have the family that you do behind your back when you go out on that field?
It's just amazing for how much my parents support me. They always try to make it out to my games. They're always running back and forth between like my sister and my brother, and it means a lot to me whenever they try to make it to my games, and I always tell them not to worry about it, but it makes me happy to see that they're there supporting me.
In the same avenue of questioning, and when you're looking at someone that may be a role model, it might be in your family, it might not be, but in times when you need some inspiration or you need like a pick me up, who are some people that you go to?
My mom for sure. How do I explain? She's very supportive of me. I look up to her a lot because she used to coach me a little bit. She played softball in college. I looked to her for advice. I always ask her about like, hey, maybe what should I do in this situation during softball, or even just in life in general. I always look to my mom. She helps me out with a lot of things.
All right, Phoebe, before we let you go, if there's anybody else that maybe you want to give a shout out to that supports you and is in your corner, want to give you the time to be able to do that.
Oh, I'll give a shout out to my family, Gabe Rusnak and Chloe Rusnak. Shout out to my softball team, Thunder Elite, and FP Select, Bob Smith. He was a very big inspiration to me when I was little.
All right, Phoebe, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season in your tournament run, and we look forward to talking again real soon.
All right, thank you.